Welcome to the behind the scenes video of Hullabloo, our crazy kind of circus song that's about a dystopian society, and it takes place in the Lemming Corporation. This song, yeah, we just tried to make this song have as much energy and intrigue as possible. It really came together quite quickly. Lubo came to the studio. I remember he was late.
I remember I was late. So I just ran into the room and the guys were working on something and I was like, hey, so what are you working on? Well, it's kind of like circusy, very fast lyrics.
Lubo was like, huh.
I was like, huh.
Like, I might have something for this.
I have something that may work.
Pulled out this really cool riff.
And he was like, yeah, it works.
It was kind of quirky, kind of gypsy. He had actually had this in his back pocket for over 10 years.
The original musical idea that I came up with back home in Slovakia was from a 3-part instrumental song called Drunk Santa.
And I remember he sent it to me one time, years prior, but it was very slow. It was totally different. We kind of snagged that from his old repertoire and we turned that into what is now Hullabloo. We're gonna crack open the Pro Tools session, show you kind of the behind the scenes of how the song was recorded, and we'll also take you through the process of how we made the video. First Pro Tools session of this song.
Excuse the renovations, our Doberman Dalmatians. We're just making preparations for the false flag operation. Anyway, you're participating.
So you can hear right away the song is almost the same. Except that we're saying hullabulla. I remember that. I think in the initial demo we didn't know really what we were doing. We did it so quickly. When we were in the actual studio, it was kind of like, oh my god, how do we say hullabulla? So obviously we went back and changed that. But the overall idea is pretty well here, even this cool little 6/8 part.
Sweat drips from my palms all day long.
So even almost the total arrangement is the exact same, almost to the exact beat. We had a pretty well thought out idea here kind of from the get-go. These are all programmed drums here. That to me is almost the biggest difference. We recorded drums live in the studio. One thing I find that real drums just makes a huge difference with is just the overall feel of a song. You know, when you have a real drummer playing in a room, it just gives it a little bit of just magic and a little bit of feel, and it brings the song to life. Then we go to the bass here. Jeff throwing down some fat bass. So this is actually kind of a combination of, we have a bass amp plus we have a bass DI. So it's actually, we're getting both of those and it's a little bit distorted, which sounds nice. So we tracked drum and bass together for every song that we did in this recording session. So we would all jam in the room. And then our goal was really to get the drum and bass played together as a performance to provide kind of the bed for the rest of us to play to. Lubo's guitar here. So that just sweet little intro to the song, which is so distinctive, you just know what song it is immediately. That sound was created from the very first day that we recorded the song. We probably tried to beat it to get something, you know, that we thought was maybe even stronger, but I don't think we did. Another big difference is in the demo session, the acoustic guitar was all the way through. It was very prominent throughout the entire song. And in the mastered version, it's very different. We don't hear the acoustic guitar, you know, almost pretty much until the pre-chorus. And if anything, it's more of a percussive element to really just make it kind of pump the rhythm a little bit more than anything else, but I think it sounds great. We also added a lot of horns. That was something we did in the studio with... Here, even more trumpet. Trumpet I just find adds so much character. Like, it's just such a quirky instrument. It really just adds a bit of goofiness and quirkiness to the song, which I really like. So there's tons of gang vocals. Hullabaloo, hullabaloo. Vocalsonic had this really cool garage kind of thing with really, it's big and echoey.
Take my word! Take my hand!
So we went in there and recorded a lot of these gang vocals, so it had a ton of big room. On the la 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 part, we have a couple great girl singers I know, named Maddie and Kelsey.
La 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 la.
It's just kind of fun. They add like a nice little charm to the song. Also, the lead vocal, you can hear, like if I look at the pre-chorus and the chorus, there's a vocal called Scrappy Vocal, which is the original demo vocal that we did.
We're here to help. We're here to help you. You need not worry about that.
3 lead vocals going on at the same time there. But yeah, overall, this song really came to life on the day we wrote it. We had a good vision at the beginning, and really we just realized that and made it bigger and more badass. I'm very happy with the way Hullabloo turned out, and I hope you like it. Now for the Hullabloo video. Obviously, visuals and video is a huge part of what we do, and Hullabloo is no different. Typically, we'll send over a video concept. If you look at ours here, it's kind of a shitty PowerPoint. Just pretty much we'll follow a storyline or something that the song is about, or we think could have a really nice tie-in to the lyrics of the song. And then we kind of hunt and peck and find different images and visuals that try to get across to the animation company we work with. Here's roughly the style and the characters that we're looking to build this world out of. You know, at which lyric we kind of want each story plot point to hit, and roughly what we want the characters in the world to look like. The animation company we work with, who's fantastic, they're called Solus out of Toronto. They will take what essentially we've kind of provided for them and then really flesh it out, and they'll hand draw some characters. They'll give us a color palette, and they essentially create a new treatment, which you can see here, which is much more detailed. It looks very professional, not like our shit PowerPoints that we do. And then from there, they send us over a style frame, an actual original artwork of what the video is gonna look like. So in this case, we have kind of the Monster Man here, who some people have said looks a little like the evil version of Jeff Bezos from Amazon. This image kind of serves as kind of the color palette and the look and feel for the whole video. They also sent us our avatars. For Lubo and I, obviously, we're both in this video. Lubo obviously is kind of the Easter eggs. We thought it would be fun for you guys to have to go in and kind of spot them in all these little, you know, weird spots in the video. And so they sent us over this for our avatars. And sometimes this can take a little bit of back and forth. Is this how we want the character to look? Is it not? But again, in this case, I thought that they did a good job. I thought it fit the vibe of the video. They create an animatic for us. And what an animatic is essentially a series of moving pictures. So they draw a bunch of pictures and time it to the song so we can see how the story is gonna kind of unfold. So you can see that's the opening shot of the video right there. And sometimes they can be a little bit hard to follow because they're not colored in yet. There's not all the detail that you see obviously when it gets into animation. This is the real rough outline of how the video is gonna go start to finish. Then once we're fully greenlit on the animatic, that's when we say, great, we're totally good. Let's go actually into production. They take their team, usually takes 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes it can take a lot longer. This one we wanted to do quite quickly. And the whole process typically takes about a month. And that gets you to the video that you see today. Subscribe, stay tuned, tell your friends, and yes, thank you for watching.